Hi, this is Ani, and welcome to the first week of Major League Football. However, I'm here with the weekly outlook of the markets instead, and this is week number 37 starting on the 6th of September. I hope everybody had a great weekend, and starting off with the 6th, let's review what happened on the Dow Jones last week. As you can see here, it tried to break out above this this resistance line, and it tested actually and tried to break it down the support line here. However, it did not really succeed in breaking this out, except maybe on Thursday. But if we look at it closer, you can see that we basically settled here in the mid-range area where it preferred to trade. Now we'll see what happens for Monday. These VIX like to be filled, and that's what we're well on our way to. So most likely it will fill, and we'll see if it can break out even more. Remember last week I was talking about this range here at the 17.2 will be possibly next once it tests this area. Now if we continue to test in this channel, this really tight channel, there might be a pullback, of course, and an eventual breakdown of this line, and then we'll be looking at the previous places that I was talking about to test out, to watch, and that's down in this range here at the 16.9, and then of course below that we have some other places where it can support. 16.8 is the one before that. Looking at the breakout, of course, then we're looking for this line here as resistance. There's nothing else there that would give me any pause other than world events, of course, which we're, after the 200, we're looking at really into the end of the year, and going further. If we continue, this could be 17.5, but let's not go too far ahead of ourselves, and start watching for supports, and then also for possible breakouts and higher. Okay, then let's take a look next at the SPX, and SPX pretty well has the same chart. Once I get it up here, you can see it. So there's not much to tell. We are right now at this, once again, we have this resistance level. Now this is the third time on this trajectory that we are trying to break out of, and if we do, then there could be a potential, like I said last week, of rising higher. And then we also have to watch the 1990 breakdown here, and then the next levels below that, which is the 1975, and then going lower, I think about the 1960s, 65 area. So that's pretty much the same thing as before. We could go as low as the 1950s if this does reverse. But as I said, there's not much indicating that it wants to pull back unless we have an end of quarter that's going to be not as favorable this third quarter for the outlook. And that could possibly happen during this month. That can slow down, and profits will be most likely taken as seen, and before the fourth quarter. Okay, and of course the repositioning becomes heavier and heavier towards the end of the year. Look at NDX right here. NDX is hit a new high of 4104. Now it did break out and through this resistance. Now we've got a rather long way to go to get to the next one that I've seen, and maybe it needs a little bit of just adjusting to be a little bit shallower, but still this looks way up here to the 4190, 4200, and that would be quite a feat, I think, for it to achieve, but you never know. And of course the support lines are right here drawn below this level, which is the 40.50. We are now going to be looking at below that, possibly at the 40.20. Is that right? So roughly 40.25, and below that we're looking at the 4,000 and dropping. Okay, that's it then for the week. Trade it well and carefully. As always, always pay attention to the news and events of the world, not just what's happening in the markets, because like it or not, it does affect it still. Maybe not as much, because we keep forgiving all these reports, and one day it might nib us in the butt. Okay, take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.